Hello, my dears, it's Katie, and I'm here today to talk to you guys about a thing that I'm really excited about that's happening next year. So, I've decided that I'm going to do a Friends Choose My TBR thing, and so I've asked a few of my friends to give me a couple of books each to read. So, in total, I have 12 books, and I'll be interspersing them throughout the year, and I'm really excited to read them. So what I told them to do is just to go on my Goodreads shelf and look through my to be read light shelf and pick out a few things for me to read. And as I said, I'm really excited to get to them because these are books that have been on my TBR for ages and are ones that I'm just really looking forward to picking up. So without further ado, the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to tell you which books were chosen for me and which booktubers correspond to those choices. The first is Shelby from Read and Find Out. You guys should definitely go check her out. She reads a ton of fantasy from across all different age ranges, and she also reads some science fiction, and she's absolutely lovely and deserves all the love in the world. You should definitely go check her out. But Shelby chose 3 books for me, and they are The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, and Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire. So first and foremost, The Hate You Give has been on my shelf for a while, and as you guys know, it has made it onto multiple TBRs over the last couple of years, and for some reason I just never get to it, or I end up getting into a mindset where I just don't want to read that kind of a book. I know how important it is, and I know it's one that I will probably enjoy and or enjoy as much as you can kind of enjoy a book that's about that topic. But I am for sure going to be reading it this year. Mindset or not, I am going to force myself to read it. It's been way too long. Then The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin is another one that's been on my TBR for a while. It was recommended to me by a college friend, and I just haven't had a chance to get to it. I haven't had a chance to get it in whatever way, shape, or form I need to get it in. And then I don't know, it just hasn't been like super high on my list, but I mean, granted, not much has because I've been in school for so long, and now that I'm done and have just a tiny little bit of flexibility, hopefully I'm able to get to more things more quickly soon. And then, as I said, Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire. This is another one that's been on my TBR for a while. It's really intrigued me, but then I've kind of heard some things here and there over the years that I'm just like, I don't know, will I like this? Will I not like this? I don't know. So I just kind of kept putting it off. Plus, it's also another one that I need to somehow get my hands on. And we'll see what happens. I'm really intrigued to see what I think of it. The next person who gave me books for this adventure is one of my college friends, actually. This is the college friend who recommended not only The Realm of the Elderlings to me, but also the Atlantis Grail series. And she's just kind of been winning in general with the book recommendations with me. We have similar tastes in some respects, but then in others not so much. I like to call her my bookish soulmate, but I don't know if that's quite as accurate as I want it to be, because she definitely likes things that I don't like, and I definitely like things that she doesn't like. So it might just be in a fantasy category. So the 3 books / series that she recommended to me are Imperial Ranch. Don't remember the author. I'll put a blurb over here somewhere. Then An Ember in the Ashes by Saga, and then finally Inda by Sherwood Smith. All of these, Imperial Ranch is probably one of the most recent series that I've added. Like, I added it sometime late last year, and that's by her recommendation, and she just really wants me to read it. It's a sci-fi series, so those can go hit or miss for me, but just based on my past history with her recommendations, I have a feeling that I'll probably like it more than I think I will at this point. And I'm not entirely sure I know much about it, but I think it has something to do with intergalactic wars and like threat to home planet or something. As I said, I don't really know. I haven't really looked into it very much, but I'm very intrigued to get to it. Then the next two that I mentioned, An Ember in the Ashes and Inda, have been on my TBR for years at this point. I think both of them have been on for at least 4 years, at least. And that's a fairly long time. It's not the longest, but it is a fairly long time. And I'm really intrigued to get to both of them. An Ember in the Ashes is a fairly popular and polarizing book on BookTube, it seems like. But once again, it's a recommendation by someone that I trust a lot, so I'm really interested to see how I feel and what I think, because it's definitely one that sounds like I would really like it. I think it's like a ancient Roman-inspired world. I don't know, it just sounds really fun based on the premise and the little that I know. And then finally, Inda by Sherwood Smith. I've heard really interesting things about this one, and I know a lot of people who, well, I shouldn't say a lot. I know a few people who've read this one and picked it up and really liked it, and because they tend to be people that I trust and generally have similar opinions and book tastes to, that it'll be a series that I enjoy. I think the little that I know about it is it's kind of another one of those like medieval setting, person is going to train to become warrior kind of books, but I'm sure there's like more to it than that. I just don't know a lot about them except for, going off of recommendations, plus it just sounded interesting when they were explaining it to me. But it's been a while since anyone I know has read this, so I'll be interested to see what I think. Then the third person who recommended me books is Kara from Wild Book Garden. I absolutely love Kara. She has such a wide variety of tastes in books and age ranges and everything. And while it might seem like we would not have similar book tastes, we always seem to be talking about this, like the same kinds of books, and we've done a few buddy reads over the last couple of years and become really good friends in the process. And I'm really excited to delve into the books that she recommended to me. The ones that she recommended to me are Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, Bloodwater Paint by insert author here, and Shadow of the Fox by, I think also insert author here. I don't think I remember either. Spinning Silver is a book that I added because of Kara, because she just highly recommended it in general. And I really like Russian-inspired fantasy or Slavic-inspired fantasy, and I've heard really great things about Naomi Novik's work. I can be picky with it because, as you guys may or may not know, I hated the Grisha trilogy with a passion. But then I loved The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden and just the entire Winter Night trilogy. So I'll be very interested to see what I think of Spinning Silver when I pick it up, but I'm very excited to get to it. Then Bloodwater Paint is another one I added because of Kara, actually. It's a historical fiction novel about an artist, and I know there's a lot more to it. Like, I think it explores sexual assault through paintings or something. Kara, correct me if I'm wrong, because as I said, I don't know much about this book. Just you went on and on and on about it, and it sounded really, really interesting. and I do like historical fiction more than you guys see on this channel. For some reason, I just haven't been picking it up a ton lately, even though I have a lot of it on my TBR. Go figure. But I'm really intrigued to pick it up and see what I think about it. And then third is The Shadow of the Fox. I had this back in like hype land of this book last year. I just really love diverse fantasy and mythology-based fantasy. And this one is, I think, Japanese or Korean inspired. I'm not sure which off the top of my head. But I haven't read a ton of Asian fantasy or Asian fantasy that I've really, really enjoyed. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this one, and I hope I like it as much as everyone else has. And then the last person that gave me recommendations for this adventure is, of course, Vendi from Caught Between Pages. I absolutely adore Vendi, and you guys should all go and check her out if you haven't already. She does so many interesting and unique things. Not only is she an author tuber, but she also does booktube, and she has a lot of really great videos for both of those things on her channel. She does quite a few author tube videos along with booktube videos, and she also does some really creative things, like for her 21st birthday she did like 21 things about me while painting a painting. That sounds weird, but you get the point. And she does this segment on her channel called Bookie Cookin', where she gets inspiration from the books she reads to make dishes that are featured in the books, and then she makes them and eats them, and it's just always such a delight to watch. But she gave me 3 books to read as well. As I said earlier, I'm going to be reading 12 total. And they are, so the first one is The Thief by, I think her name is Megan Whalen, but I'll put the author up above to confirm. Then Red Sister by Mark Lawrence. And finally, this was not originally on my TBR. This is just a suggestion she made, but I'm going to do it anyway, and that's Saga, which is a manga/graphic novel series, I believe. Anyway, I'm being adventurous because Vendi was adventurous in this. She gave me some other recommendations too, in case none of those appealed to me, but I was able to find Saga online, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do that because it's online and I can get it for free. But anyway, The Thief is one that's been on my TBR for literally ages, and it sounds right up my alley. It sounds like, Realm of the Elderlings with assassin stuff. I don't think it's an assassin. I think she's just in training to be a thief and steal certain things for the crown, which is just going to be a great time. Just based on that right there. Makes me want to read it right now. So I'm really excited for that one. Red Sister by Mark Lawrence, and just the whole book of the Ancestor series has also been on my TBR for literally 10 million years, since I found out about it, basically. And I've been wanting to read it so badly for ages, and I just haven't managed to make it work yet. Well, I'm gonna make it work next year. I'm really looking forward to getting to it. And then last, as I mentioned, is Saga, which is a manga graphic novel, something in that form. And I think it's like a Romeo and Juliet inspired tale told from a baby's perspective or something. And I think I've heard it's kind of, is it graphic-y, or is it like just strange? I don't know. I've heard a lot of things about it because a lot of people I know like it a whole lot. So I'll be interested to see what I think. I tend to be wary of graphic novels because sometimes the format is an issue for me. So unless I'm like super, super interested, I tend to not read them. But Vendi's recommending it to me, and we have a lot of similar tastes in things, so I'm gonna trust her recommendation and hope I really like it. So those are the 12 books / series that people have recommended to me, or that my friends have recommended to me to read over the course of 2020. And I will be very, very interested to see what I think of all of these. I hope I love all of them, but if not, just no offense to any of you, you're all still my friends. Of course, I will update you on my thoughts on all of these throughout the course of the year. And I would be curious, let me know down below if you've read any of these or are planning on reading any of these. I'd love to talk to you guys about them. But other than that, that's about all I've got for you guys today. You know the drill. I have all of my social media links down below in the description. I have a Twitter, which is @ASeaOfTomes, which is the same as my handle here. You can come over there, chat with me. I'm over there fairly frequently. And then I also have a Goodreads, which is also linked down below, where you guys can come over there, follow me, see what I'm reading, track my general progress, and see my general superficial thoughts on things before I come and scream at you about them over here. And I, of course, also have my Ships and Fandoms page linked down below if you are interested. But other than that, I'll catch you later soon. Bye!